Hey, hey, hey. Got it. Alrighty, I am going to be reading the next chapter. And I'm also on YouTube and I'm going to be doing this. And Lisa's showing on the screen. Say hi, Lisa. We're hanging out here working together. And I'm going to turn that down so I can't hear it. Okay, I am on wisdom here, right here on wisdom. I think it's showing. It takes me a minute because it's got a lot of delay. Wow, there's like a really long delay on YouTube. So anyway, I'm reading on wisdom, this chapter. So if you want to hear the chapters of my book, you can head on over to wisdom and do that. I am at beBOLDyou over there, Cyndilu Miller, the same as like here. Okay, so here we go. Personality does not define you. Using a personality quiz to define the general layout of your personality is more like getting an outline and a guide, not an instruction manual. It's not a step-by-step for everything that you do in life. After you complete a quiz or assessment, you will have a result, and at first you may find yourself using that result to define you. In reality, you need to think of that result as an outline of the things that you may or may not do. Reviewing the result may be helpful in understanding who you are when looking at yourself in the perspective of an overview. It certainly can help you to see how you may be wired. Yeah. When you make an outline for a book, sometimes the things that you put in your outline don't actually end up in the book. This book's a lot like that. Likewise, sometimes the things in the personality that you're looking at and thought you had figured out by taking that personality test may not even be a part of who you are. Some of the characteristics are in the general group, but may not be for you specifically. Keep in mind that just like the tree analogy we used before, even though there's a list of things that are tree-like, example, they're green, some have needles, others leaves, some are deciduous, and others evergreen. No one tree will have all the characteristics described, but all will have enough of the characteristics to thereby say that they are part of an overall tree family. There are some folks who have the majority of the characteristics in a more general grouping. If this is the case, then most of the character traits are going to describe you, or enough of them are going to resonate with you that you will feel you can call yourself a part of that family. It helps not to think of it as this is the way you're always going to be and you're never going to change. Your personality may exhibit some things that remain the same for your lifetime, and other characteristics may not be the same ones that you are focusing on and seeing tomorrow. Our personality, while solid, is not set in stone. Some people say it is. I don't. Flexibility is the key here regarding your personality. Normally, if almost everybody in your personality family expression is a mess and a wreck when it comes to their belongings being thrown around, but you are a neatnik, that's okay. You can still be in the fun group that throws their clothes on the floor. Most of the time, the more carefree lightning expression family doesn't want to be worried about picking up their clothes. Most of the time, they figure they are just going to get them back out again, so why bother? They know where everything is in that pile, and they might even feel lost if all the items were neatly put away. You could still be in the expression family, but have that one thing that is completely different and unique and absolutely you. You might be that person that wants it every hanger to match and go the same direction. They want all their clothes lined up by the way that, your closet is. That was a side note outside of the book. Going back to the book. That's okay. You are unique. You are wonderful. You're amazing just as you are. And since your personality expression is not set in stone, when there's something that you don't like about what you do, for example, a habit, a skill you've learned, experience-based thought patterns, you get to choose to go another way. If your personality expression may lead you to behave in a certain way and you want to act differently, you can learn other personality expression traits. It is not only possible, but also very helpful to be able to adapt a personality expression, style, or mannerism for a short period of time as needed. The basic structure of your personality is there to help you. In many systems, including the beBOLDyou personality expression system, there are 4 main groups. You borrow if needed, put on what you need to from those main groupings. A few more details of an earlier example, that of my daughter in the hospital, may help you to see how this works. Picture this. You're the mother of a child who's in hospital having dialysis. You notice that they didn't put a particular drug into the machine to help keep the flow going. You know that it should be in there, as it always was every other time. As you see the blood in the dialysis machine start to clot up, you ask, what's happening? The nurse's response when asked why my daughter was not given the drug that would help prevent what I was seeing before me happening was, well, it's not charted. So you put on some really bold and powerful and even a little bit of pushy traits in order to get the nurse to call the doctor down now. Like now, even though this is not the way you would normally behave. I was livid, and I'm talking livid. I put on the powerful get her done now, brazen mode of operation and let the nurse know in no uncertain terms that I wanted the doctor called and called now. Not in 10 minutes when he was due to come back for his rounds. I wanted to see him right now. I had to put on that powerful, no fooling around persona, even though it was not like me at all. From my example, you can see that you may need to cause waves now and again. So knowing the different personalities can be so helpful. Gaining a greater understanding of traits not natural or known to you can also help you define traits that you may want to adopt and adapt from time to time. If a trait is not a natural part of your personality and you choose to learn how to appropriate it, let me say that sentence again. If a trait is not a natural part of your personality and you choose to learn how to appropriate it, then you will have added to your skills base. As you can see, some things are traits and some things are skills. A trait naturally happens in you. A skill is something that's instilled in you. Let's take a look at neatness. If you are in the group that doesn't mind having their clothes on the floor, but yet you find it impossible to leave your clothes in a heap, you may have been raised by a mother who insisted that everything was picked up all the time, and it became a skill for you. So therefore, it feels very natural. However, if you had been born in another house where you could have let the piles of clothing and all go, you may have let it go. So this is an example of a trait not being set in concrete, and you can change who you become. The basic structure is there to help you, not hinder you. If you find that something is making you feel like you're boxed in and is holding you back, then try something new and experiment, or simply let it go. Use the basic structure to help you understand more about yourself. When you lean on your strengths, you will be able to interact and talk with people using your personality strengths. You are not defined by your results. You are not defined by your results. The final say is yours alone. You do not have to own any of it. Sure, Some of it will be true for you even if you don't want to own it. It's still true. How you interact and engage with the results and how you want to be in life, that final say is yours alone. If there are 100 traits, yet for you only 10 of them truly resonate, and you want to focus on those 10 strong traits, by all means, do just that. Don't worry about the rest of it. If it says that you are someone who's very withdrawn, but you're not, don't worry about it. You don't have to adapt simply because the results of an assessment. Sometimes we think of it of Sometimes we think if the results of this assessment says I am very fun and everything is about putting fun first, I guess I better go have fun. Yeah, for sure. There is one of the personalities that is driven by fun. Simply because that is a driving force for them doesn't mean that they do not have other aspects of their being that also shine. It also does not mean that other personality expressions don't have fun. Everyone has fun in different ways. All four personalities have fun. Many do not generally equate accounting with fun. In the area of accounting, one of the things that is considered a victory is to find the error in the balancing sheet. Sometimes you are trying to find where 4 cents is. When I was employed in this area, the feeling of victory that I felt when the error was discovered was so exhilarating that I wanted to do it again. It became a form of fun. Depending on how long it took to find the error may play into just how fun and exciting it was, or how much of a deadline I was under may have played into it too. The rush of beating the clock made it like a game to be won. Normally, we would not think that one with the personality expression of playfulness and fun would actually find the details of bookkeeping fun. However, I also have the strategic and power personality expressions within me. So there is a feeling of great accomplishment for me to find the errors. When under a deadline, it can be stressful for one personality and for another, put them right into action. You can even have fun with strategic things. Strategy and planning work really well together. They can help you to look at things with a new perspective. Each trait you have is like a window versus a whole house. Each is a part of the whole you. Personality tests, other assessments, and the results of them are maybe a doorway into the house, question mark. And this fly is really driving me crazy. I don't know if they can hear that on Wisdom, but I'm sure you just saw that on the video. I might go back and read that one paragraph again. If this fly doesn't stop going around it. Fly, go away. Not now. Okay, let's see if that worked. You can even have fun with strategic things. Strategy and planning work really well together. They can help you to look at things with a new perspective. Each trait you have is like a window versus a whole house. Each is a part of the whole you. Personality tests, other assessments, and the results of them are maybe a doorway into the house. In order to make a house, it takes all of the pieces fit together in such a way that it stands strong against the wind and the rain. Our clothing can give other people messages when they first see or meet you. Think of a businesswoman in her suit, and next to her is the mother who is in her sweats and messy bun. They may both be the same personality expression, similar educational background, religion, race, and income bracket, yet the role they are in currently has them dressing differently. Whatever you choose to decorate yourself with, whether you choose to create as the outward appearance, let these be parts of who you are, but not dictate who you are. In all areas of life, you are the captain of your being. You get to choose and define daily what you will show to the world. You have an opportunity to live your life out loud and be bold you. End of chapter. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this chapter. And for those who are watching this on Zoom, I will put the link for my uh, wisdom in here, and I may come and do some of the other chapters too, if I hear back from you that you like hearing this and listening to it. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and end this live on Zoom.